Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about banking. And yes, I know, I just used the infamous B word, but don't worry, I'm not talking about ways that you can make money using your bank or telling you to put money into your bank for you to save. Instead, I'm providing options in case you don't want to use a bank, or if you want to spread out your money in case of a bank default, or if they start seizing assets, or if they suddenly don't allow you to take your money out. I know for some of you this idea may seem completely foreign, like why would the banks suddenly default? Or why would they deny us access to our own money? Unfortunately, people in Cyprus probably felt the same way, and look what happened to them. Think it won't happen in America? Well, it's already happening. Not with every bank, thankfully, and not with every branch, thankfully. But Bank of America has been caught denying people access to their money and even refusing to allow people to shut down their bank accounts. If you need proof of these things, there's a link right here in the palm of my hand. You just click it right here. And it will take you to a video, and then afterward you can continue watching it, or you can watch that later at your convenience. But there's another link I want to share with you. Here's another video right here in the palm of my hand. It's not my video, but it's a video by protesters of the Bank of America who are trying to shut down their accounts. And during the infamous Great Depression, the banks were seizing real assets as well, this time in mass. So to prevent against you losing the money that you worked hard for, here are some ways that you can actually turn this around. Number one, here are checking account alternatives. You can use online wallets, just like PayPal, and there's many other ones in case you don't like PayPal. And what these do for you can purchase goods online. You can even purchase produce online. Crazy, right? And you can use these things to set up an online business, or you can offer your services in other ways online. And what PayPal will do, they will collect your money for you, and you can have like invoices and whatnot on there, and use that to purchase other goods online without some sort of exorbitant interest rate that a credit card company would charge if you were to use that as your online method of payment. Also, you don't need a bank for PayPal, but if you want a verified account, you will need a bank account. But if you just put like the minimum amount that's required to open a bank account, you don't have to worry about that. So that's something to look into, and I'll talk more about using PayPal and checking later on. Another good method for shopping online and shopping in person is a prepaid credit card. Unlike a debit card and unlike a credit card, you can use the prepaid credit card to purchase goods and not go over your spending, not go over your income ever. You will never, ever, ever, ever go over your income. And the reason is because just like a pay-as-you-go phone, you top it off. And once the money is at zero, you can't purchase anything else with it. It will be declined. So that's a great way to keep yourself in check. And also, you don't need a bank account for that. You just need cash and to purchase the little card. Now I'm going to talk about check cashing centers. Okay, I said earlier that you can use PayPal, and then instead of having the money go to your bank account, you can have that income going to a check. And you're like, well, how can I, have a checking account without a bank? Well, now you don't have to. Now banks actually offer where you can go to their check cashing center without a bank account and get your check to cash. But they will charge you a small fee. Unfortunately, if you don't want to use the bank at all, the fee will be higher. So that's something to keep in mind. But depending on your kind of vantage point, it might be worth it. Now for saving account alternatives. And I actually have an article and a video already on it. So click the video right down here, and you will see all the different alternatives that are out there. But I'm going to list a few for you right now. There's, of course, the money market deposit accounts, there's bonds, there's what else? Mutual funds. There's a lot of different savings account alternatives and low risk investments that you might want to look into. So if you click on this little box right here, you will be able to see more of these. Finally, I'm going to talk about bank loan alternatives. And there's a few things I want to tell you before. Number one, never use your credit card as a bank loan. In other words, don't use $1,000 if you have like a limit that exceeds that. Don't use that money from your credit card. No, also, another warning, don't use payday loans, no payday loans, no cash advances. They're massive ripoffs, and you will be regretting it for a long time when you're in this debt loop. So please, please, please do not do them. Now for the things that are better alternatives. Of course, the best alternative is using money that you have as a yield from investments. Unfortunately, this isn't available to most people. You know, a lot of people don't invest. And so for these people, you know, they're not going to have any yield from an investment. But if you do have investments, instead of using, you know, the money that's in your account or money that is stashed away somewhere else, you can just use a portion of that yield and reinvest it, and then use your assets to buy the things that you need. Another alternative, and this is fairly new, is microlending. Microlending has been really popular in developing countries, but it's just recently come to the United States in a big way, thanks to the internet and thanks to the sharing economy. There's a lot of investors that are investing in low, mid, and even high risk loans to just random people in the United States because they will, of course, get a variety of yield depending on the level of risk. And so regardless of your credit, you can go to these microlending websites and have these people invest in your loan. And it can be anything. It can be a student loan, it can be a car loan, a house loan, whatever you need money for. And the final bank loan alternative is crowdfunding. And this is the most accessible because it's not a loan, it's a grant. And it's kind of like microlending in that it comes from people and not from an organization and not from some sort of, you know, bank that's capitalizing on your, you know, lack of money. Instead, crowdfunding is from one individual to another, and it's a grant. So you can be anonymous and give money, or you can actually state, hey, I'm from this organization, or I'm this person that wants to fund this project. And it can be, you know, a project to help someone save money on medical expenses. And a lot of people who have dealt with serious surgeries have been able to pay from them from crowdfunding. Also, if you're starting a business, this is a good alternative to a loan because, you know, you're going to be in the red for a short period of time, or you might be in the red for a short period of time. And as a result, you know, you're going to need as little debt as possible when starting out. You can also use crowdfunding to fund travels. So if you're traveling for business, or if you're like some sort of volunteer that doesn't have the money to go on a trip to provide your service to these people, you will be able to if you use crowdfunding. Keep in mind, though, that some people will not invest in your crowdfunding ventures if they don't think that, if they don't see a good reason for you to be asking for money. If your story is inspirational and important, you'll be more likely to get funding through crowdfunding than if you were just to say, hey, I need money. And there you have it. Those are the alternatives to bank loans, to savings accounts, and checking accounts. If you have any questions, feel free to write me and subscribe below.